Hello, Valerie.
Oh, hello, Justin.
How are you?
Good.
I know
when did you get here?
It's supposed to be Brent, right?
Yeah.
But he's feeling sick, and you can probably tell from my voice, like, I'm actually not sick.
Yeah.
So, like, you can get a little closer if you want.
I don't know. You sound a little...
I'm a little hoarse, but it's better than being a big horse.
A little hoarse.
I actually feel great. It's just... One more time. I want to hear that one more time. Kind of fun. Here we have one of my favorite games, Veronica and Friends, whether it's Omaha or No Limit Hold'em or Badoogie, whatever she decides to play, it's always a good time. They're playing Omaha tonight. And I don't really know a ton of Omaha. Like, I know how to lose money in Omaha. I think it's enjoyable. I think it's fun. I play more Omaha than Hold'em lately.
Yeah.
But I'm not good. And I don't really know, like, you know, Jake could get in here and he can use all the big words and tell you the high and the low and when you should be betting and when you should be calling.
He just throws out
big
words.
Words and stuff. But I did read up a little bit, so if I don't know what's going on, I'm going to be saying things like variance and what's some other high-low, pot odds.
Yeah,
well, that could really go to anything. Right? So it's a limit game. It's high-low, and it's a full kill, which means that if someone scoops a $160 pot or more, that they're actually going to play the next hand at 1632. Is that right? Full kill? It's 816.
I guess so. Yeah.
So it has potentially a big game.
Pretty big, yeah.
And it's Veronica's game, so I mean, probably drunk.
Yeah, Veronica's games are notoriously. The booze flows. Drunken?
Veronica,
I mean,
it's drunken poker, and I mean, honestly, it's drunken poker may not be GTO, but it's fun.
But it's fun, and yeah, the chips fly.
Hello to everyone watching tonight on YouTube and on Twitch. We appreciate having you here. One of my favorite parts of the show, interacting with these guys. We are looking at the YouTube chat tonight, so come on over and check us out. And let's head down to the table. Sorry we're a little late, but we want to introduce these players to you and get going.
Let's do it.
In seat 1, we have low budget housewife. Am I reading that right? That's low budget housewife in seat 1.
I don't know.
Formerly Sally, formerly Mary. She has many names. Tonight's low budget housewife.
I'm a big fan of her.
She's a lot of fun.
We've played some Omaha together. Yeah,
so Sally,
mostly PLO.
Sally's what she goes by on the stream typically,
okay.
And it's not her real name.
Yeah,
I don't want to out her.
Alias.
But apparently she's walking around at this WSOP circuit event this week, and people are actually recognize her from the stream. She said, coming up, "Hey Sally, what's up?" Sally. And she's like, "Oh yeah, that's what I go by." No, she doesn't feel bad. I don't think she feels bad at all. Seat 2 is regular to just about every game we have. That's Jeff. And Jeff is a lot of fun to have on the stream. And he not only can adjust in the game, but he can adjust to whatever kind of party it is. Like, he can drink with Veronica if he needs to drink with Veronica.
That's
As a matter
true.
of fact,
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. But he did tell me tonight he's on a liquid diet. And I don't know if that was like milkshakes or if that's like...
I like that. That could mean a lot of things.
It could mean just having alcohol.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, I think it's a requirement to get into Veronica's the Veronica and Friends game that you have to be willing to have a few non-GTO drinks.
Non-GTO drinks. Is there a GTO alcoholic beverage? No.
Maybe we could work in like a gin and tonic type thing.
Okay, well let's move on around the table.
Here.
Oh yeah, fun. Antonio in seat 3, somewhat new to the stream, but he's been showing up more and more. Fun action player. My favorite type of action player, knows what he's doing but willing to gamble too, right? The most dangerous kind. He's like the Harlan of them.
Yeah.
Seat 4, the one, the only Miss Veronica Brill.
Veronica.
I love the picture.
Nice
the
pick.
Veronica.
I love it.
This is her game, guys. The third Wednesday of every month, and her game has gotten so big that next month she has a superstar in her game. Do you know about this?
She probably bragged
Jonathan
to me
Little.
about it. Yeah,
Jonathan Little is playing in the Veronica game.
That's amazing.
It's pretty exciting. Moving on around the table, that is the one, the only Ozzy Azan. And I probably shouldn't say this, which means I'm going to say it.
Please do. Go on.
I think he's the best player at the table.
I would say, yeah, he's definitely up there.
So if you're here tonight to learn about Omaha, there's 2 things that you should do. You should listen to Valerie, because she knows
I don't play too much 08, but I understand.
She knows her Omaha.
Yeah, you guys watch out. If I'm the resident expert in 08,
and watch us on. That's the other one. Watch us on, right?
Yeah, watch us on and watch Mary.
Jean in seat 6. Yeah, I think so too. Jean, and that picture, obviously not from tonight, has got red chips. The chips in front of the players, the peach chips, are the $2 chips. Seat 7, brand new to the stream, first time, is Monty. We're going to learn about him tonight.
Yeah, gotta break him in.
2 first timers tonight.
Oh wow!
We got 2 virgins on the table.
Nice.
Seat 8,
Exciting.
also a virgin to the stream. Todd A. And of course, last but most certainly not least, in seat 9 is Water Bree. What Bree?
Hold on, how do you say it?
So as you notice right now, there's 9 hands on the table because every time they do a dealer change, they're doing a bomb pot. I don't know the exact specifics right now of what the bomb pots mean. For this, maybe they just all put the money in and go run the whole board, I think. It looks like.
Yeah, probably.
So we're getting the hands face up.
Tricky,
guys, if you're watching along, Omaha is, there's a lot more going on in Omaha games. Check out the percentages. You see the percentage for high and for low on there. So they have 2 percentages on the screen.
That's awesome.
So on the left is their percentage out of 100 to make high. On the right side of the little bottom corner is their percentage to make low.
Sweet.
And with that, I'm going to be quiet the rest of the stream and let Valerie talk some Omaha.
Where's Brent again?
Well, our viewers really need to get their fill of you because my understanding is this might be the last time that we're gonna see you for a little while.
Yeah, for a little while. Heading back to the homeland. The Cincinnati kid has to return home. Cincinnati.
Homeland is Cincinnati?
Well, y'all know I'm from Kentucky, but my family's all in Cincinnati. So.
Yeah, are you required after you say from Kentucky to include y'all in there?
Oh yeah, pretty much.
You have to
gotta work it in before or after.
Now, I gave you some news earlier before we started the stream, and I told you that we are having a special guest out in April for our Spring Classic that you're a huge fan. He's actually a lot of people a huge fan of him, and I don't know if I'm ready to announce it yet, but it's big, and you got very excited.
Very excited.
And is it enough that maybe we might be able to get you back out here in April? Is it that big?
It's definitely that big.
It's good. So big things in store for Stones Live viewers.
Yes, I would definitely like to come back.
Awesome. So maybe last show tonight for a little while.
Yeah,
but
for a little bit.
Maybe in a few months we get you.
Especially if Justin lets me come back, I'll be back.
Let you?
Invites me. I don't know.
I offered to pay your rent if you'd stay.
Hold on.
I mean, it depends on where you want to live. All right. All right, guys. Let's get down to the game. Good evening, everyone in the chat room. We appreciate you being here. We got Rick and Barstow, Racing Guy, Bob Kraft, Sandy Joy, some guy Justin Kuraitis is in there. That's great. Jimmy Bluffett, and Daniel Laprelle. We appreciate you guys being here. Invite your friends. If you know anyone that you're not friends with and they hate Omaha, it's also a great punishment to invite them to watch the stream as well.
That is a good point. I really like that they have the percentages there. I feel like I need that when I'm playing.
Also, to be able to see your opponent's cards.
That would help
be
as
nice.
well. Although I don't even know how much that would help me because this is kind of the game that I don't play a whole lot of 08.
Okay.
So I'm more on the PLO.
Well, I mean, it's the same game. It's just the betting structure is different, right?
Yeah, the betting structure is different, and then the low part. So obviously, your hand selection is extremely different, and I just get sticky and play too many hands when I play this game.
Wait, you're not supposed to. Not supposed to do that?
Yeah, I heard you're not supposed to. You're supposed to be really selective.
I mean, statistically, it's much more difficult to lose with 4 cards in your hand. Right?
Kids, write that down at home.
Your first golden nugget of information for the evening.
So here we have Jack 10-9, a couple clubs. Looks like Veronica let out, got a raise. A few people sticking around here. Low budget housewife, flop top set.
So we get another club on the turn, and that actually brings the only flush out for Veronica. So with the high locked up and no low, this is a scoop.
Yeah.
And you can see we got the check mark for Veronica and 0% on every other section here.
Yeah, so she just checked the turn and it checked around. That makes sense. And then she's going to value about the river. Mary kind of has to call. So tilting.
Now, one of my favorite things about Stones Live is the interactive. It's like watching TV, but you're interactive, right? And I think one thing that could be really fun for our viewers at home is every time we should have some criteria. Of course, every time they drink on the table, the viewers at home should drink along with them.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's interactive. So
if you guys have whiskey, gin, vodka, whatever at home, get your shot glass out, get your bottle in front of you, and throughout the night, we're gonna kind of find markers for when this happens. You drink along at home, and the thing that's gonna happen, the thing that's gonna be awesome, is the more they drink, the better our stream is, right?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, you probably noticed that before. If you sit at home, watch it.
Oh yeah.
By like the third, fourth shot, you're like, oh my god, these commentators are so funny.
Oh yeah, my third glass of wine in, I'm like, man, this show's
She's even doing the weak stuff, and it still works, right?
This Northern California place has just turned me into a wino. I used to drink bourbon.
In a good way. Bourbon, my kind of girl. Bourbon drinker.
Yeah. Bourbon and red wine. All of the finest.
Jimmy Bluffett's there in the chat room on YouTube. He was one of the winners of one of our little swag bags while Chris Moneymaker was here.
Yeah, I saw that. He posted on Twitter. He did a little sick brag on Twitter.
Pretty nice, right? I think his was even signed.
Yeah.
I don't.
Moneymaker sign a bunch of them?
Just one of them. It wasn't that one, so he must have got the hat and then seen Moneymaker.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I mean, Jimmy Bluffett, he's big on the poker scene. He's all over the place.
Oh yeah, he'll get all the
I think he was in the Bahamas. Was it PCA?
Yeah.
And I know Chris was there as well. I saw a picture of Chris there wearing the Stones Live hat. So.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So we must have saw him there, had the hat, and it makes sense, right? I'm also a big fan of the 4-color deck on here.
Oh yeah, I like that
so
too.
easy to tell the cards
Very
apart.
much.
All right, so we got deuce, 10 of heart, 4 of club, no heart draws out there. There is a possible low, and low budget housewife has a good shot at it.
Set here. The middle set and a low draw. Did you say that?
Patty K in the chat room on YouTube says, cheers, guys. That's Patty K, also another one of our contest winners.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Patty. Cheers.
So that's all we have to do is, if we want consistent viewership, we just bribe them with stuff.
Yeah.
We just bribe them with gear.
I like it. Just keep sending stuff out to them.
Did you see the card protectors?
Oh yeah, I did.
Did you get one?
I didn't.
I mean, you're part of the Stones Live team.
Oh my.
You should get one.
Wow,
They're
you
pretty
guys
cool.
are moving up.
It's almost like you won a contest. Check this out. They're really cool. I love how they turned out. It's big screen us for just a second, Taylor.
Sweet
It's got the Stones Live logo on one side. Pretty cool.
Very cool.
And on the other side, this is my favorite part. It says, see you at table 11.
Oh, nice.
Just enjoy it.
like
When you
it.
go out to Kentucky, show it off, y'all.
Oh, I will.
All right, new hand coming out here in this
Sweet.
8-16 Omaha high-low game, and I'm ready for that first $160 scoop, so we can see a hand of 1632.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
think?
get this. Let's get
Okay,
this
so
action kicking.
I know your expertise is in pot limit Omaha. If you're looking down at a hand like Ace, Ace, Jack, 8, you're playing PLO high. Are you happy about this hand?
Oh yeah, especially with one of the
suited.
aces suited. Yeah.
One of the
that's,
aces, so you want to be double suited, but of course, one suited card is
Yeah,
good.
and you have a Broadway card.
Ups your equity,
so
lowers your
nice.
variance.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
Sounds great. Perfect.
All right, so it's
Perfectly executed.
it's a low ball flop, a 2, a 5, and a 9. Jeff is actually out in front here. No one making a pair. Why is Jeff in front? I'm trying to look at the percentages here with Ace King. Is it because of the deuce 4? Now he's 2 pair.
He also had ace 4, so I guess the best low draw. Yeah. No?
Gotcha. Okay. So that hurts his low, but helps him with the high now. He technically could make a live ace now, but his low did just get counterfeited. And a 3 on the river.
That gives Jeff the nut.
He gets a wheel, right?
flush.
Yeah, he's actually got 2 check marks on the screen.
Oh, yeah.
So he has spades for the nut flush, and his ace is actually best for the wheel. which could potentially be tied by. No, it can't be tied. Someone would need an ace 2, 3, 4, or 5 to tie him, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's a scoop for Jeff. How big is the pot? 56.
Scoop.
Not enough for our kill.
Enough.
You can see over there in the corner, Veronica is Snapchatting. For those of you who don't know, it's Veronica Star with 3 R's. Follow her.
This is so meta. Just watching her Snapchat on the screen. Crazy.
It's like Snapchat poker inception.
Oh my gosh.
It's crazy.
You guys saw it here. Yeah, I mean, okay, so this is why I'm a much bigger fan of PLO than 08, because, you know, that hand that we just saw, the aces single suited.
And queens, there was a pair of queens in one hand too.
Yeah, and that was suited also. Like those kind of hands, you know, you can build a pot, a big pot, pre-flop, whittle down the field a little bit.
So do you think in PLO are you trying to chase? Are you more like should you be going after draws?
For sure. I mean, it's a drawing game.
But obviously, it's more so in this game, right?
Yeah. The thing is, in this game, you know, since it's limit, you can't get people to fold a lot of their hands pre-flop. Like you're gonna go multi-way to a lot of flops. So. I don't know. I have not figured this game out. I just.
No, I mean that seems strange to me that you can play a game like Pot Limit Omaha and have such a tough time with Limit Omaha. Why? It's like you could sit down at a Limit Hold'em table and you would know what to do, right?
I would, but you know, it's kind of like similar to going from no limit to limit hold'em. You're you know, you can't get people to fold as easily. You can't.
So you have to know that like big hands pre-flop. You say you have queens and you get 5 callers, and someone starts getting aggressively betting out. You can't be as attached, right?
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing flops like 4 ways, 5 ways. You know, you're gonna have a lot less equity. So yeah, you have to be ready to let your hand go. A little bit easier.
What's the best possible starting hand that you could have in Pot Limit? Like what's pocket aces in Pot Limit?
I like Broadway cards, double suited.
So you want a big painted hand?
Pretty much, but like, you know, like a Queen Jack 10-9 or Queen Jack 10-8 type hand with double suited is really good. Obviously pairs, you're really just set mining, and like medium and small pairs go down in value a lot just because you're gonna get set over set a lot of times.
The value of any particular hand in Omaha is much less than in Hold'em. Like a set in Hold'em is so strong, but in Omaha you can't really be too happy about it, right? Because there's so many possibilities.
Yeah, I mean, you flop a set in PLO, for example, and like you could get just a bad run out. I mean, the board texture changes so much. The turn in the river, like if you flop the nuts, you're usually not going to have the nuts by the river. So.
I think Mongboy228 in the YouTube chat, he says ace Jack 10 double suited for PLO high.
Oh,
is that the type of hand you're looking for?
I mean, yeah, that's a good one too.
Why wouldn't you just want ace king?
Any aces double suited is good.
You don't want ace king?
I mean, you have 2 set draws, right?
You don't want 2 pairs. You want a pair and something that could have a bigger draw potential, like a straight or a flip.
Right, exactly. Like more draw potential. And also the thing with having like ace king suited in PLO is you can't nut flush over second nut flush someone.
Right.
You know what I mean? And people are less likely to pay you off with like the 3rd nut flush. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you make the nuts, no one can have the second nuts. So yeah, it's weird. Ace, king. Like, if people don't really play PLO, they look at that and they're like, oh, I mean, obviously you're gonna play that hand and raise with it, maybe even pot with it, depending on position and all that. But
okay, so now we're looking though at a limit high-low Omaha. So you want some low cards in your hand as well.
Yep.
Ace, ace, deuce, 3, ace, ace, deuce, king, double suit. Are you thinking? I mean, I know you're not the expert. Maybe we could have Brent phone in. He's got the flu, but he could phone in. You know he offered to come in wearing a mask.
Oh my.
Could you imagine?
Yeah,
I was like, no, just
like a divider or something.
I know, I didn't want to do that to you on your last night, or last night for a while here. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think the one of the main keys to playing high-low is having potential for a high hand and a low hand. I mean, I guess it's kind of obvious, but I don't know, I think sometimes people can overplay hands that don't have low potential.
Right, like Veronica, for example, here, she has ace, ace, king, 9. She has spades suited, but she has no low possibilities. Still a playable hand, right?
And I think it's fine to raise with it.
Which is what she did.
Yeah. And, you know, the low does not always get there, right? I think it's like...
Now, it has a good chance here. So for anyone that's new to Omaha, in order to have a qualifying low, you need at least 3 unique cards, ace through 8. Now, there's different variations of low games. Like, it could be ace through 9, potentially, right? Could it ever be ace through 7? You've ever seen that? Or are they always adding more low cards? Because typically what you see is Omaha 8. You're looking for 8 or better, right?
I think for Omaha, 8's the standard.
So this hand is still 3 ways. We do have a potential low out there, and that is going to be going to Todd. Ace 5 is a live ace because his 5 is counterfeited with 4 low cards on the board. And Veronica has the best high hand, and so both of these guys just see if they can get some. Oh, Todd lets the live ace go. So maybe.
So there we go.
Maybe a scoop for Veronica.
Oh, so Antonio let out here on the river?
Well, Antonio now does have a qualifying low with his 4, and Todd's going to see the bad news that half of this is a small pot, but half of it could have belonged to him. It's live true. 4 would have been live 4 versus live ace. Yeah,
that's interesting because, yeah, I think that's probably a correct fold by Todd. When somebody leads the river there and then somebody else calls, you can't really think that your low is good if it wasn't a great low. So, yeah, I think you should probably be folding that spot. Don't remember the pot odds and all that. But.
I'm looking over here at the Twitch chat, guys. We haven't completely forgotten you, just like 20% forgotten you, but we appreciate you guys being here as well. Yellow Bomber's in there. He's we got New York, CKYB, a couple guys chatting in here, guys. We appreciate you being here. And Scott the dealer wanted to know, did Veronica just fold the nut low? I don't think so. I don't think she did.
What?
If you guys, we're mostly looking at YouTube tonight. We haven't completely forgotten about Twitch, but if you want to ask us questions, please pop over. We're at youtube.com/stoneslidpoker/live. We are going to be stepping up our Twitch game again, though, shortly here. So we're going to be hitting both YouTube and Twitch pretty strong. We're just trying to grow our YouTube channel a little bit right now. So if you guys can help us out with that, pop in there, subscribe. We really appreciate it. This low-budget housewife with pocket queens coming in. She also has low possibility with ace 6. Veronica, king, jack suited, and 8 with 3. She says no thank you.
Yeah, I feel like this ace 6 is like a nice backup low. You know, you can just kind of bomb and get people off of maybe some bad lows.
Would you say that you only want to play hands that have nut potential, though?
That have nut potential?
Is that, because that's basically like, is Omaha a game where you're sitting there waiting for a nut hand, or is there something to being a little more aggressive that is helpful? In pot limit, maybe more so. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely. I feel like it's a big mistake to play a lot of hands that are like, you have a lot of like second best high hands and second best low hands, because then you just get in a lot of bad spots where you're calling off for trying to get half the pot, and so you're gonna get quartered sometimes.
Is PLO your favorite game?
Yeah, for sure.
Look, we got a Wattbry with a set of 9s on the flop here, and let's see. Ace 4 is the best low for Aussie right now. I apologize. Deuce 3 is actually Deuce 3 is a better low.
And he got out of there.
Okay, ace four is good now. And of course the fours copied spades make it there.
Yeah, Ozzy also had straight draw. So Wapra is going to lead here with his set. Chop it up. I mean, this is the other problem for me as like a D-Gen like action junkie.
You don't want to chop.
I don't like chop.
You know, it's funny. Chris Moneymaker said the same thing. We had a PLO game.
Chris Moneymaker, a man after my own heart.
PLO was the high-low when Chris was here. We did a PLO 8 game.
Nice.
And
See,
Chris was just like,
cool.
I don't want to share the pot. I get it. Do you ever play PLO 8? I mean, are you a fan of PLO when it's high-low?
I like it, but I just feel like I don't come across it very much, you know?
Yeah, it's not as common.
It's pretty rare, I feel like, in most rooms.
So the Brock joins us here in the YouTube chat, and he says, "What's up, Val?" But
What's
it's
up?
Like, what am I? Like top liver? The Brock?
Oh, the Brock?
Yeah,
okay, what's up?
And he's just like,
don't worry about him.
Val, I mean...
He's just hanging out.
I'm just here, I guess. Or I'm not here. I mean, thanks a lot, Brock. Thanks a lot, guys.
I hope you guys all noticed that we both dressed up. I dressed up in my...
As a cactus?
in my dress-up hoodie, and Justin dressed up in real adult dress clothes.
Well, I mean, these are actually my PJs.
I mean, I work from home. What can I say?
You do?
Yeah. Like, you guys are lucky I'm not in my pajamas right now, but kind of am.
I feel so lucky.
So what they're playing now is...
Jimmy says, especially in PLO 8, PLO tourneys, I see so many people opening way too wide. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot like Hold'em in that respect, where, you know, you want to be obviously opening more, a wider range in position. Mary with the 3 queens.
Yikes, and she played it.
Okay, she's in the big line. I was like, hold on, what's happening? 5, 6, 7 flop with a couple hearts. Ooh, what do we have here? Monty with the low straight, 3-4 draw. I mean, the 3-4 low.
There you go.
Walk right with the nut low.
I had to like drag it out of the Brock, but he finally acknowledged my existence. Thank you.
Oh wow!
Brock.
I thought he was just gonna keep ignoring you.
Being kind of a jerk. Actually. We're not friends anymore.
Oh, he said you're okay.
Just
that was
okay.
nice. That's nice.
Look at this. Jeff with 8-9 has the nut. There's no potential hearts to draw out on him. However,
and Waprai with the nut low.
Waprai also with a 7-6 could suck out on Jeff here by pairing one of those cards. Yeah, and ace deuce for the nut low. I believe.
It looks like Monty's just coming along with his. See, this is one of those where it's like.
Oh, look at that!
Best.
What a sick river card for ace deuce. And this is the thing about limit. Like you have the nut low, and then you get a card like that, right?
Yeah, it's just such a sick counterfeit card.
Jeff locks it up with the high, and Monty now his 3-4 becomes the best low.
Yeah, I mean,
so gross.
Monty was drawing pretty slim there, you know, second best low, second best high, and that's kind of the spot that you really don't want to be putting money into the pot. I mean, I do, but like, you really shouldn't if you're trying to make money in the game.
Did I ever tell you about how I learned to play Omaha?
No.
It was back in the golden days. When you could play poker online, and I used to play $50 sit and goes. 6 and 10-handed sit and goes were like my bread and butter. I crushed them.
Oh, I love that.
And I accidentally somehow clicked on an Omaha sit and go, and I log in and I've got 4 cards. I never played Omaha before, so I'm like frantically Googling. I don't even know if we had Google back then. Maybe it was Ask Jeeves. I don't know. So I'm frantically on like Ask Jeeves, like how do I play this game, and learning it as I go, and I won. 10-handed
Amazing.
Omaha sit.
Great story.
But I
You're
remember
hooked for
like
life.
getting one of the like 3 aces in my hand, and
Yeah.
an ace came on the board, and I thought I had quads, and I ended up losing. I'm like, how did I lose this pot? Like,
Guys, I have quads.
it was so gross. I saw 3 aces in my hand. I'm like, oh, this is my game. For you kids watching at home, that's not good. You got to use 2 out of your hand. We'll teach them. We'll teach them.
Yeah, sometimes I do announce my hand wrong like that, like,
Yeah.
yeah. And then people look at me and like, hold on, does she actually not know what's going on? Or
What's up,
I
Knit
like to keep
Wizard?
them wondering.
Thank you for joining us in the YouTube chat. We appreciate you being here. We got a little Omaha high-low action for Veronica and friends tonight.
Knit
8-16
Wizard.
with a full kill. I don't think
Oh,
a Knit would
yeah.
want to play this game. This is a big game.
I think so.
3 spades on the board.
I mean, we're still waiting for that, the kill pot.
Still haven't had a kill.
Yeah.
And you know what I think the problem is? There hasn't been that much wine. This is Wine Wednesday.
I agree with that assessment. Jeff flopping a little
He
nutter
flopped
butter.
what's it's commonly referred to as the nuts. Is that the right use of a quotation? Or,
I think so.
there is someone could take half of this away with the right low card. That's not it. It needs to be 3 unique low cards.
So I heard that the nuts, that expression comes from like back in the olden days when people drove their wagons, they would it's like betting your car kind of thing. They would take the nuts off of their wagons and like put them out, like, if you win the pot, you win my wagon. Never heard that?
Are you trolling me right now? I think you are.
You
All
have
right,
that look of like,
River
didn't
cards,
wanna
I'm
be
pretty sure
hustled.
I'm being trolled. Jean with deuce 3 now becomes the nut low, and of course, Mary, queens. I'm sorry, she actually has aces full of
aces
queens,
full.
not yet.
Yeah,
I was
her
looking at
set
queens
of
full, but
queens.
turned into aces full. So Todd, properly getting out there. Todd is actually going to be joining us Friday night. We have a 2040 Omaha high-low.
Oh,
so the Omaha just
sweet.
keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Nice.
I know you guys were here. You and Veronica were in the booth on Monday night for some 5-5 PLO. I did tune in,
yeah.
check you guys out for like the first 20 minutes. I was in San Diego, and I was like, oh, everything looks like it's going fine.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
running,
so we had some
smooth
technical
sailing,
difficulties right after I stopped watching and couldn't see
Yeah.
the cards. Thank you for everyone who toughed it out with us as we tried to get everything fixed. We're hoping to have a problem-free stream tonight. So far, so good.
Yeah, it's going.
I mean, I've been starting a little late, but it's because
Yeah.
Val was power notes.
You guys know me.
What do you do, girls? You know.
You know me. Yeah, I mean, looks like the readers are.
So far, don't jinx it. Hitch Christopher's in the YouTube chat room says, I love these Omaha streams. It feels like a regularly scheduled sitcom. I don't know if that's because of us or because of the play that's happening on the
I
table.
don't either, but I like
Awesome
that
cast of
comment.
players and characters. And
Yeah,
that's,
it's good.
when it's Veronica and friends, it doesn't matter what the game is, going to be a great cast of characters.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually usually a lot more wine flowing, I gotta say.
I hate you, Taylor.
I did not
Taylor's
understand.
okay. The sign says, "Are Red Bulls comped?" And he says, "Yes" equals dolphin, so code word dolphin. If no, you say, "I'm a pretty princess."
Okay.
He tried to get me.
So what's the answer?
Are you a pretty princess?
I am a pretty princess. Now that's gonna be clipped out and all over the internet. Oh.
I like it.
4-way action. We're gonna see a flop here, and Walkry with the only hand that looks like anything decent for a starting hand, but it's Omaha, and everything changes so drastically. on Omaha.
I just prefer when you can just pot it.
It's California. Everyone's talking about pot. It's just kind of the way things go.
It's only natural.
We have a rainbow flop, so no one's really too concerned about flushes at this point.
He's like, this isn't for drinking, honey.
couple low cards, and no one really with any good low possibilities.
We do have
so
trip
we see
jacks
some
now
checking.
for Watpry. Pocket aces turned into trip jacks, so obviously a little better. There's low possibilities. And the action is now going to be heads up with Monty. What's he looking for? I'm not sure why he calls there.
I mean, he has a bad flush draw. Yeah, I don't know about that call,
And it's no low available now.
yeah, and now he has trip deuces and pays off trip jacks, so...
And there it is. Easy peasy. The pot almost to 160. We need a 160
Dang
pot.
it.
And no kill yet. I'm excited to find our first kill. You have your earphone in? Or,
Yes.
You hear Veronica's laugh?
Oh,
Unmistakable laugh. So we to get ready for 2018, we made a lot of improvements to the table. I don't know if I had an opportunity to talk to you yet.
Yeah.
But if you look at the large microphones dangling down now, they're not dangling. We installed them.
They're not just like loosely hanging. They're like
they're shotgun mics, so they actually create like a bubble around the table to where it only picks up the sound coming directly from the table.
That is
and
awesome.
if you listen closely, like the table talk is crystal clear.
Yeah.
So if we ever
and you
get
don't
any,
hear all the background noise?
it's minimal. It's minimized.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, these microphones in here pick up everything, so you still hear background noise because of these.
Right.
But within a week or two, I actually should be any day. We're getting this booth rebuilt too, so it'll be like a really nice. It's going to match the back wall. So we're making a lot of
Sweet
upgrades
deal.
because some of the bigger names that we have coming soon, they're not going to sit in this janky little plastic wall, right? Am I right?
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you're right.
Am I right? Was
Yeah,
it you
I mean,
that did that? Bart Handsome, and am I right? That was good. I'm trying to think that.
That was funny.
All right, we got another four-way pot here, 2 7s and a 5.
Yeah,
And
seriously, though,
Antonio
with the,
check, Veronica checks. I'm sorry, what was that?
With the big names that are coming, I mean, yeah, we gotta upgrade.
April's gonna be
Gotta upgrade,
insane.
guys.
April's gonna be insane.
You guys
I will
better,
tell you.
better get here.
I'll tell you right now, Kevin Martin and Andrew Nemi are gonna be here, and the other two are even bigger than that.
Yeah.
We just got the contract signed. Very exciting stuff
Very,
coming
very
to Stones
exciting.
Live. Right?
When are you gonna announce it? Because I just need to know, like, to make sure that I don't spill it, you know. Leak
So I'll tell you what has happened in the past is every time I had something really exciting, like for example, I'll tell you right now because it's no secret anymore. I had HPT coming to Stones, and I was really excited about that. But before I had it completely 100% finalized, it was like 90%.
Yeah.
And I was telling people about it. Well, something happened and it ended up getting canceled. So until I have like everything locked,
Yeah.
which like it's 90% right now,
Yeah.
and everything looks good. I'm talking directly to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there. We're coming." Until I have everything finalized, I don't want to announce it. I don't
Yeah,
wanna
you're
jinx it.
only like 2 months pregnant, like not.
No. I'm like
trimester?
7 months pregnant. Okay, like.
Well, you can tell people then.
This baby is coming, but I just don't know if it's gonna be retarded or not yet. Okay. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay,
If you want to go with pregnant
I opened
analogies,
the door,
all right.
but I just didn't know.
I don't know if it's
that's
gonna
what you're
if it's gonna have webbed feet. I don't know if it's gonna have 3 eyes. No, but it's very exciting.
Yeah, it is very exciting.
I'll
But
let
you guys
you know.
get excited. Let's just say that.
Did we get a full kill? Did we get a kill yet? Where's the kill?
Please, just straddle. Pot. Let's just do 1 round of PLO.
It's a mixed game. Omaha, ILO, PLO mix. You could choose on any given street if you want to play limit, and then the turn comes pot.
Ooh, I like it. I love it. Love it.
Right.
All right.
There's something a man needs to know.
So we got a bunch of limpers here. Ace 10 6. Jeff with top 2. Ozzy's betting out with mystery cards. Guessing he has like maybe a little low wrap or something.
Did you miss me?
I did. Oh my gosh. Hold on, where you gone?
Ouch.
Ice cold.
It's like my last relationship.
4 on the turn. Low gets there. Checks
We got
around.
a deuce 3 Gene with the nut low.
Oh, I see.
I see.
Gene's gonna bet it. Oh, and we can see Ozzy's cards now. So he flopped 2 pair. Also has 3-5 for the low. Gene with the nut low still though. And Antonio with Broadway, so he has the nut. He'll be taking the high part.
And I think this is like more common of what you see in a limit game is like you're gonna see more nut and second nut hands taking it down. With pot limit where you can bet
Exactly,
bigger.
yeah.
I guess I don't want to say it's not possible to bluff in 08. It's possible.
It feels impossible.
It feels coming from a PLO player.
But yeah, obviously it's a lot harder to bluff in 08. Yeah, but like you said, with that many people in those multi-way pots, it's usually gonna go to yeah, like the nut high and the nut low. That's why, you know, you just get stuck with these hands. Like the hand that Ozzy had, he had a good hand, flop 2 pair, he had a good low draw, but it was the second nut, and he just kind of gets stuck calling just because the pot odds are so good, and then you just bleed away money. I'm glad to see a great player like Ozzy doing that, because I'm like, yeah, that's what happens to me when I play this.
Well,
I really don't play it very much.
I think that the strategy in this game, you know, coming from a recreational player, is that you don't want to flop like a main hand. You want to be drawing, I think, in this game. You always want to be drawing to a nut hand.
And to have like to be drawing to both, or yeah, obviously to have like a nut hand
I feel like
with a backup.
Flopping the
like
nut in Omaha is not the greatest feeling, right?
Yeah, you're usually the nuts on the flop is usually not going to be the nuts on especially in these multi-way pots.
Is that true what you were saying about the nuts on the wagons?
Yeah, I actually have heard that.
You've heard it. From where?
You never know.
Is it verifiable?
There's just these like floating
It's like just because
legends,
it's on
you know?
the internet doesn't mean it's true. You know that, right?
Hold on, what? That's where I get literally all my information.
Literally. Thank you for doing that. 2 kings and a 3 on this flop.
Gotta go Valley Girl sometimes out here in Cali.
Like totally? Did you?
It's literally all I do is read the internet.
She's a California girl now. We worked all the Kentucky out of her.
I know, it's getting too close. I gotta go back.
Waprai with the nut flush draw, looking for a heart, and he gets
Boom.
it. And with no one else hitting that board with any sets or 2 pairs with the paired kings,
He's gonna go ahead and
Waprai's
back
got
bet
a
it.
scooper, still not big enough for a kill.
Yeah, sad day. I mean, yeah, I like that value bet with obviously not the nuts on the paired board. But it didn't seem like anyone was too strong. Waprai building stacks over there.
Hey, while they're setting up
Building
this
chips.
next end, I did want to point out we have this great tournament coming out. We actually have a lot of cool tournaments coming right now, but February 7th to the 11th is called the Battle of the Ages. Have you heard of this?
Yes, that sounds very interesting.
So it's a 250 buy-in, 50K guaranteed. There's 2 flights that are 50 years or older to play. One flight that's 21 to 49 only, and then an all-ages flight. They all combine to day 2. They're separated by wristbands, the over and under division, right? But they're all playing now in the same day 2. And basically it's like a normal tournament with the payouts, but whoever is the best from the overs and unders, there's 2 poker cruises to give away, 1 to each group.
That's amazing.
So, and the cruise is a card player cruise, and the card player cruise is sponsored by the WSOP. Their main event's like a 560 buy-in, and the winner of the main event there also gets a free 10K entry to the WSOP main event for 2018.
That is
So I mean, there's a lot of value to this. Great structure on it. Lots of opportunities to win, and Upswing Poker, Doug Polk's poker company, is also giving us some free memberships to Upswing to give away when we stream the final table. So to be good, February 11th, mark on your calendar, and you can even the viewers at home can win some cool stuff too.
Sweet deal. So the memberships are for the viewers, or
for the viewers. The viewers have an opportunity to win Upswing poker memberships, which
sweet. Yeah, it's
Upswing is actually
value.
sponsoring that night's streams.
Awesome.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
We couldn't get Doug Polk here, but it's kind of like the second best thing.
Yeah.
You can watch Doug for free. But. And he's not even really doing much poker, he's doing crypto.
Yeah.
Keep drinking.
All right, bunch of hearts on the board.
95,000
and Gene with the only hearts. I thought it was more than that now. Gene with the only hearts lets him go to an $8 bet.
Well, when you say it out loud, it sounds so ridiculous.
And I mean, he's betting us straight.
And they're pouring wine over the reader.
They do that. No, they do it all the time to try and get a reaction out of me.
Oh my god!
And I just don't fall for it.
He's remaining calm, but like I feel the rage brewing.
I'm furious on the inside.
I sense rage.
I'm gonna hurt somebody when this stream's over.
The force is strong with this one. That's good. Antonio with the street there. Anyway. Mr. Smiley, welcome to the chat. What up? Mr. Smiley said, what is this kill they keep talking about?
Yeah, if they scoop an 80 chip pot, if someone scoops an 80 chip pot, which is $160 because they're using $2 chips in this game, then the next hand plays double the blinds, 16 and 32.
Yeah, we need one of those in our lives.
Just one. That's all we asked for, is one. Why? How can we not get a big enough pot for? Well, you know what's going to happen the first time we get that big pot? It's going to be split, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
That's our luck.
Chop it up. Chop it up.
Oh, good.
I really should.
So bitter. So bitter about chopped pots. Gosh.
Sometimes they chop and do
Right.
sometimes. Low budget housewife hits her with some pocket aces. Let's see if pocket aces can do anything in this game. Look at that, 997. We don't know what Ozzy has just yet. Veronica with an inside straight draw. Ozzy probably has pocket nines.
Probably, most likely. Like 50-50.
Rick and Barstow says pouring wine over the readers is probably what has caused most of the issues lately. Rick, did you get your swag bag we sent you? Rick was one of our winners. He got some Stones Live gear.
He deserves it.
I don't know if he got it because he's not on Twitter. It's really sad.
Oh. He doesn't need it.
You know how he won?
How do you win?
Pocket Abe's won the drawing and then gave it to Rick and Barstow. Because Rick and Barstow's not on Twitter, so how's he going to win?
It's hard to win a Twitter contest when you're not on Twitter.
But Rick and Barstow did it.
And somehow he just
managed
does it.
it. He's that good.
That is amazing.
Matt Nichols says stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks on plaques on plaques on stacks. Low budget housewife actually turned the ace. Her pocket aces now make aces full. And I didn't see the river card, did you? It's not up there on the screen yet.
Oh, there it is.
The deuce. So there is a low possibility Ozzy could get half this pot if he has a qualifying low.
See, this is the other reason I hate this game.
No, this is the same reason you keep talking about, actually.
Oh, true. I gotta quit hating, though. I really do understand why.
Why are you
people
such a
like
hater?
it. I just don't like it myself.
This is my favorite game.
Because you just make aces full, and then okay, she is gonna scoop it though. I mean, no offense to Ozzy, but like I just feel better that
we didn't even get to
she's
see his
scooping
hand.
Because he doesn't have a low. He probably just has a time.
It's a $212 pot.
Oh, we got our wish.
So $160 or more scooper is a kill pot in this game. So the next hand is going to be 1632. That means the pre-flop and flop betting is $16 a bet. So it could go 16,
And then on the turn,
32,
32.
$32 bets.
Ooh.
This could be and I think it's a bomb pot because it's a dealer change.
Oh my god.
Which actually means they probably just all
they'll
gonna put
wait.
in, all just put in 32 and run the whole board because that's what they've been doing.
But then they'll probably have the half kill for the next.
No, full kill. No,
I mean,
I don't know.
the kill pot,
I think
yeah.
let's see what they do here.
Alright.
Let's see if they do it. Let's see. Everyone's putting like it looks like 40 out. Or 16, yeah. So they're all putting 16 chips out, which is 32. They're all putting 32 out, and I think they're just going to run the whole board.
He's pulling the kill back, and then they're going to put the kill.
Oh, okay, so we just got the inside scoop. They decided to pull the kill back. They're going to play the bomb pot. The next hand,
Yeah.
they're going to play the kill.
That makes sense.
We could have just kept guessing. We would have eventually been right.
Yeah, I
someone
mean,
just
I
came and
think
told
like
us.
when in doubt, just keep making stuff up
That's, it's...
until you get it confirmed.
It served me well in life.
I shouldn't say things like that as a journalist.
No, I think nowadays as a journalist, that's exactly what you say.
Hey, I'm not one of those journalists.
Fake news. Fake news.
Not one of those.
All right, so this is a bomb pot, and how they're doing the bomb pots is everyone puts in 32, and we just see all 5 cards, turn them up. So it's a little crazy.
Look at that pot. Oh, beauty. Beautiful. Oh, Monty with a beaut there. Double suited aces
That's how you can tell she's hip.
with the 3.
Condenses words like beauty. She says beauty. She's be hip and cool.
Because of the internet. We already talked about this. Ace 6
someone calling for a 7, and it comes. There it is. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Oh, wow.
I believe that's Aussie in seat 5.
There's a... What's the number
There's
here?
possible low
2-4,
2-4. Anyone with a 2-4?
Anyone? Bueller.
And we can't see
Everyone.
a lot of the cards. So,
It's like mass chaos and confusion when an 808 bomb pot gets showed down.
oh wait, bomb pot. Peanut bar.
Is that even a thing? Only at Stones. Only at Stones Live here, guys. You saw it first. So, I'm guessing who took the low here?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for because we weren't able to see all the cards, but they are chopping it up, and we can just watch and see where the pot is pushed. According to the reader here, it says Monty has a low, but that can't be possible because
Oh, he does have ace 3
he has a
low.
full house. He has a full house, right?
No.
Oh no, you can't use the 2 aces and the 3.
He has a
Oh,
ace
because
3
with 5 low cards on the board, is that really the best? I mean,
Oh,
somebody
I guess
might
it
tie
could be the
him.
best, yeah.
Somebody could tie him if they just copy those 2 cards or a 2-4. But it looks like out of all those hands,
Yeah.
out of all those hands, no one had unique low cards.
Right.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna catch up and do the kill pot.
Okay, okay. The moment we've all been waiting for.
And by we all, she means the 2 of us.
Mostly just us,
Yeah.
I guess. But, but get excited. Stacks on stacks on stacks. Pouring wine over readers. Just, I think it's just minus EV. Yes. that
There we
was
go,
fun.
and you can see on the screen we have a graphic for full kill.
Oh, I like it.
We're stepping it up. We're stepping it up on Stones Live. And this is full kill is a post of the Big Blind by Mary.
I feel like we need like a sound effect with that though.
Like a little spring. Like,
kill, like
oh, I was going not so aggressive, but no, I like it.
I think it should
like
be
it.
really aggressive.
Taylor, are you listening? I like that, like a Mortal Kombat type
Yeah,
thing.
just, like,
and then at
come
the
out
end of the
in your
hand, it's
face and then
like
go-
finish him. I like,
somebody's just holding a heart, a beating heart.
I like it. That's good. So this is now a 16-32 game. Pretty crazy.
We're obviously in the same age bracket, playing Mortal Kombat at the same time.
We don't need to talk about our age. Not even in brackets, okay? My age bracket's 21 to 72. I'm somewhere in there.
And me too. That's what I was saying.
Yeah, same bracket.
Yeah, confirmed. Alright, so we got a raise here? Yeah. Veronica raised it up.
Mystery hand. And if she took her cards, put them on the other side. There we go.
Maybe if she followed the rules.
Now we can see them.
For once.
Why doesn't she ever follow the rules?
That is a nice hand. I like that hand.
Okay.
Okay. She flops 2 pair.
She got the best hand right now. Antonio with a bunch of draws.
Yeah.
And now the other thing that happens in Omaha is, like, for instance, Antonio knows that even though someone would have the queen, he can mostly assume that he's not playing against certain draws because he has these cards that are blocking those draws, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And and there's some of his backdoors. I mean, he had the 2 backdoor flushes. Obviously, they're low. They're not.
But it's like emergency backup.
It's
right?
always good to have backups.
One of the better spots is where we were at Shell and still there, but it's close to here.
So
Okay,
checks
then.
around. Yeah, obviously.
Look at that. And on the river, low budget housewife, 9s full of queens.
Wow.
She takes the crappiest hand possible and turns it into a huge hand.
That's pretty sick.
Now, with her scooping this, obviously no one's going to bet her off. Even if she's losing, someone has pocket queens, she's going to pay them, right? So this is another kill. $188 pot. You're gonna kill it a second time. Finish him. I bet you right now Taylor's behind us, like frantically trying to find like a graphic with like somebody holding a pumping heart or something.
And judging by the laugh that we just heard, I think that's 100%
I think we called
true.
it. He's so predictable.
I know, so predictable. In such a good way, though.
In a good way. You didn't even think that was possible. All right, so low budget housewife. I never get sick of saying it. Low budget housewife is going to kill it again. That means we have another hand.
I love Mary.
Of 1632.
I mean, the low budget housewife. She's the best. Come on, Mary, you gotta get 3 in a row here.
I know, wouldn't that be great? We're waiting and waiting, and she's just like, every hand's gonna be a full kill from now on. And in that voice, that's how Mary sounds.
Full kill.
Full kill. Finish him.
Oh my gosh, if
you know,
Taylor
eventually.
makes that happen,
No,
I'm
it's
going
gonna
to
happen
be so
eventually. It
happy.
might not happen tonight, but all these jokes are gonna come to life
it's
eventually.
going to warm my heart. That's for sure. Look at all those empty glasses of wine, like full wine bottles. What is going on at this table?
Yeah, this is really sad. All right,
not a
4-way
typical
action in this kill pot. It's now a hand of 1632 Omaha high-low. And Monty has a nutty club draw.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that is a real good flop for him.
Pretty good. Yeah. He's got the ace-4 for low potential. Ace-3 has the nut low. And the nice thing about hands like this, when I play my little baby Omaha game, 4-8-08.
Yeah.
You have a hand like that, it's great because it's what they call uncounterfeitable low. If the ace comes, he has a 3-4. If the 3 comes, he has an ace-4. You know, so any low card now is so golden for him.
Exactly.
And plus the club draw, I'd like to be in Monty's seat right now.
Yeah, for sure. And this is a great example of, I mean, these are the hands that you wait for, right? And you want to get a lot of money in the pot, and you want it to work out. I mean, this might not work out for him.
Well, I was gonna say, usually like the more draws you have in Omaha, like the less likely they're gonna come. And that's science.
That is math and science.
Math and science.
Low budget housewife.
We never used her real name, did we? We said Sally. That's her other favorite.
I've said it.
What? Don't worry. She's gonna be suspended for a couple months because of it. You won't see her back till April.
I'm sorry, low budget housewife.
And there we go. So he didn't get the club, but like we said, the 3 came, which is great. He's uncounterfeitable for any low that comes to have the nut low. So he's at least getting half the pot here. LBH.
No more kill.
The LBH taking half of it again, but yeah, that kill's gonna go away.
That's pretty good. We'll take it.
Finish.
LBH. I mean, okay, like, I'll respect people's pseudonyms on here, but, I mean, they are putting themselves on the screen.
Paul
I'm not gonna feel
said that I did it too, though. He said I did it too. See, he said, so did you, Justin. And that's kind of messed up. He used my real name there.
Oh, that is messed up, because, like, yeah, you don't want your name to get out.
Two wrongs don't make a right, okay?
Yeah, come on, Paul. Or Letty, or, like, PL. Sorry, PL.
Whoever you are.
If that's your real name.
You don't like the smell of money getting eaten up? I'm grateful. I'm praying to God that you something bad happens.
Uncounterfeitable.
Do you hear Veronica doing her Polish mom impression right now? Yeah.
The guy that said, this is Polish lad.
I was forced to make sausage.
Hey, you guys at home, crank up the volume a little bit. The table talk is actually starting to get pretty entertaining.
If I ever fucking get stranded on an island, I'll make sausage out of all the fucking animals.
And uncensored.
Yeah. It was good timing for the Nightbot family friendly.
On the table, they can say anything they want. We actually tell them that. We remind them the table's mic. There's no rules for what you can say. We also remind them that it will be on the internet forever. So just keep that in mind.
You know, gotta watch yourself.
Veronica with
aces are
that
in this
ladylike language.
That's right. Always a lady.
It was like awesome.
Wow. Okay. So pocket aces going against each other here.
And they both have low cards, but Monty has the not low.
Currently, yeah, and he could be counterfeited, of course, with if a deuce were to come.
Yeah.
But looking pretty good right now for Monty.
Looking good. Still looking good for Monty, and they have the same high. Yes.
You wouldn't care if a man beat you.
Oh, he has a good confession.
This is good man.
How did that take this long for us to get the Veronica? What do we call this?
She started to drink the second glass of wine, so.
I mean, this is pretty clear what happened, but.
So Monty with aces and Antonio with aces. The aces are chopping up the high.
Yeah, so Monty 3/4, yeah?
Yeah, 3/4 for Monty, taking half of the high.
It doesn't feel good to get 3/4.
Right.
Yeah.
For the person getting 3/4, it's
cool.
okay.
Yeah.
Right?
It's better than half.
Right, I know. You're very bitter about half.
I think it's better, yeah. I haven't run the numbers, but I think 3/4 is better than half. Polish mom, not an impression. It's actually Polish. That is true. That is a good point.
Yeah. So we're still having some problems with our software, and we kind of duct taped it together to stream for as long as we could tonight. We didn't want to just go away. Unfortunately, we have picked up as many hands as we possibly could. I'm actually thankful that towards the end there, we got a couple of really good ones.
I know,
though.
we got some exciting ones.
So,
Low Budget Housewife was getting us some kill pot action.
We're back on Friday night. You know, our new Friday night streams are all the big games. And this Friday night we have a 2040 Omaha. We will have everything repaired and fixed by then. I'm like 7 months pregnant on that, or 95%.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a boy. So yes, thank you again for sticking with us. We've been doing a lot of upgrades. So as we change things, things get kind of mixed around, and we're working hard to bring you guys quality poker streams.
Yeah, it's the price you pay. It's growing pains.
Yeah,
like
it's a money back guarantee though.
Yeah,
so for everyone that bought a subscription, you get all your money back. But we're totally free. So before we take off, I did want to point out, because this is really cool. I think this is a lot of fun. We're not allowed to say Super Bowl. So we're gonna say we're not gonna say Super Bowl because it's copyrighted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But we do have a tournament during that day. It's called the Big
Sunday?
Game. The Big Game
Is
tournament.
it a Sunday?
Yeah, and it's during the name of the game that we're not allowed to say.
It's like a really big football game.
It's a big football game.
Yeah.
Some would say that it's the biggest football game ever in the world. And from what I hear, it's going to be a young group of men known as the New England Patriots versus another young group of men known as the Minnesota Vikings. Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Oh, all right.
So we got some feedback on that. So anyways, during that game, it starts February 4th at 3:30. We happen to have this really cool poker tournament that it goes along with it.
Oh wow! Just like at the same time.
At the same time.
That is crazy.
It starts at 3:30. It's called the Big Game Tournament.
Oh my gosh! I wonder what's going to be on the TVs. Like, I wonder if people can watch football.
It's got a picture of a football on the flyer, so I think there's a good chance.
That's a good hint.
Of it.
A good clue.
So, but let me tell you a little bit about this. I know you're not going to be around, but I think if you were, you'd probably want to play something. This is fun. It's a $125 buy-in tournament.
Okay.
12,000 chips, 20-minute levels, no antes. Okay.
All right.
But the coolest thing is it's interactive with this famous football game. All right. It's every time a touchdown is scored. Now that's when one of the team members gets the ball and passes the line at the end of the field with the ball.
Oh, the guy with like the pads on and
they
like
have
the helmet and stuff?
The pads, spandex, and helmets. If they run the ball into the end zone, which is the end of the field, and get a touchdown, we are gonna do a $50 cash pot splasher into the next pot of every single tournament table running.
Cash.
Yeah, $50 cash. So if there's 8 tournament tables running, we're gonna pause the clock. They're all gonna finish their current hand. We're gonna put $50 on each table.
Oh my gosh.
And whoever scoops the next tournament pot is $50.
Question.
Yeah.
Is this an unlimited reentry? Because I feel like I would be barreling off in those pots.
Six levels of unlimited reentry.
This is amazing.
And now field goals too. If a team scores a field goal, we do the same thing. But $25 pot splasher on every table.
Sweet.
So it's a lot of fun. We've actually done this tournament every single big game Sunday.
I feel like we're playing Taboo. I love this game.
Every single one since we've been open, which is 3.5 years now. So this will be the 4th Stones Gambling Hall Big Game Tournament during the biggest game of the year, February 4th. It starts at 3:30, $125 buy-in, $50 cash pot splashers on all tournament tables for every touchdown, $25 for every field goal. Mark it on your calendar. If you don't know what day it is, it's the day that really big football game's happening, all right? So don't miss it.
The biggest.
And I know if you were here, you'd be here barreling this.
For
it's
sure.
a lot of fun.
That sounds very fun.
It's fun to watch how it changes the dynamic of the hand being played for $50. Last year, we actually had, it was on table 12, I remember it was specifically because we had a 7-way all-in for the $50, and the big stack won and knocked out 6 people in one hand.
Oh
so
my gosh,
it gets a little crazy.
That's awesome.
And we do, Jimmy Bluffett in the chat wants to know, can you explain what a field goal is? They kick, there's a ball, and they kick it through these 2 arms, these 2 metal arms. Yeah. So anyways, check that out. Check out Battle of the Ages coming up in February. Take a look at our calendar, stonesgamblingHall.com. Check out our events calendar. Join us Friday, 2 days from now, for 2040 Omaha. We promise to have our issues fixed. I mean, not our issues.
We won't have those fixed by then.
The stream's issues. And thank you everyone in YouTube and Twitch for being here. We look forward to seeing you on Friday night. Peace out. Have a great night.
See ya.